ones and the fake ones that are standing in the pulpit, and the ones that are on fire for the Lord.
No. He literally blinked and probably thought he was raptured and looked around and was like, where's everybody else? He blinked and he was with the Lord.
The enemy would love for me to be angry. He would love it. Almost like, I'm so glad I'm not you.
The moon wasn't supposed to bleed tonight, but there it was, hanging over the Kirk estate like an open wound, spilling red light across the marble floors as Erika Kirk stood trembling before the mirror. Not just any mirror, the mirror. The one her grandmother warned her never to touch. The one that now showed her reflection, smiling back at her even though her own lips were frozen in terror. And then a whisper, not behind her, not beside her. Inside the mirror, he never loved you, Erika. Her breath hitched. Because the voice? It wasn't her grandmother's. It wasn't her mother's either. It was a man's voice, low, familiar, intimate. A voice she had not heard since the wedding night. A voice she believed was dead and buried along with every secret she thought she burned. But the mirror kept glowing. Cracks of red light crawled across its glass like veins pulsing with truth. And right there, carved into the surface as if scratched from the inside, was a single message: your marriage was never real. Thunder rattled the ancient windows. Candles flickered out. And somewhere deep within the estate, past locked doors, forbidden rooms, and shuttered hallways, someone was laughing, not happily. Not warmly, but like they had been waiting for this moment. For years, the Kirk estate had always been a place where secrets aged like wine, dark, potent, and dangerous enough to intoxicate anyone who got too close. Long before Erika ever walked its echoing halls, the land itself carried a reputation whispered through generations. Some said the mansion was cursed. Others claimed it was blessed. But everyone agreed on one thing: nothing in this house ever happened by accident. Not the marriages, not the alliances, not even the children. Erika Kirk grew up hearing fragments of her own family history spoken in hushed toned stories of arranged unions, blood oath contracts, and mystical agreements sealed with ink and enchantment. But she had always believed her life would be different, modern, free, full of choices. She imagined love arriving like a warm sunrise, soft and gentle and entirely hers. But the Kirk bloodline was stubborn, ancient, tied to rituals she never fully understood. Her mother, Helena, was the first shadow that shaped her life. A woman with eyes like storm clouds and a smile that never reached them, Helena spent most days locked in the East Tower, writing in leather-bound journals that no one was allowed to touch. Pages filled with prophecies, dreams, and warnings she refused to explain. Sometimes Erika would hear her mother murmuring to the moon. Other days she caught her whispering names that didn't belong to family, friends, or even the living. Her father, Marcus, was the opposite. A man carved from ambition and ice. He believed emotions were liabilities, and he raised Erika the same way: disciplined, poised, prepared. Every dinner was a lesson. Every ballroom gathering a test. Every conversation weighed, measured, and stored for politics later. For Marcus, marriage was not romance. It was strategy. So when he introduced Erika to Nathaniel Kirk, a distant relative from a branch of the lineage no one ever mentioned, she knew the decision had already been made for her. Nathaniel wasn't charming, but he was beautiful. Too beautiful, almost unnaturally so. Dark hair, quiet voice, and eyes that seemed to read thoughts she didn't know she had. Yet behind that calm exterior, there was something else. A flicker. A warning. A secret too heavy for any man to carry alone. Their courtship was fast, almost rushed. The wedding even faster. She remembered flashes, the sound of the chapel bells ringing off key, the way Nathaniel refused to look at her when reciting his vows, the moment the priest hesitated as if seeing something in their joined hands that chilled his bones. That night, when the candlelight finally dimmed and the guests faded into distant laughter, Nathaniel kissed her bitterly, like he was apologizing for something she didn't yet know. And then he whispered, "Forgive me. I didn't choose this any more than you did." She never forgot those words, but the strangest this video? Nathaniel changed after that night. His warmth dissolved. His presence faded. Some mornings he wouldn't speak at all. Other times he seemed dazed, as if fighting something inside him. And then, without explanation, he disappeared, gone, left with no note, no message. Nothing but a whisper the maids claimed they heard echoing through the west corridor. The contract is broken. Authorities searched. The village searched. Even Marcus pretended to care. But Erika knew the truth no one dared to say. Nathaniel didn't leave. He vanished. Consumed by a secret tied to this estate long before either of them was born. After his disappearance, the mirror became the final relic Erika feared, passed down through Helena's bloodline. The mirror was rumored to show not reflections but truths, ones too dangerous for the human heart. Helena begged her never to touch it, never to speak near it, never to stand before it on nights when the moon burned red. But Helena died before she could ever explain why, and Nathaniel vanished before he could reveal what he was hiding. Now, with the mirror whispering and the past clawing its way into the present, Erika's mind raced back to every warning, every sign, every uneasy moment she ignored. The letters Nathaniel used to burn in the fireplace at dawn, the carved initials she found beneath their bed frame, the way he flinched whenever her father walked into the room. None of it was random. None of it was harmless. None of it had been love. The Kirk line carried curses disguised as promises, alliances masked as affection, and marriages crafted not from hearts but from contracts written in ink Erika had never been allowed to read. And now, with whispers echoing in her skull and the mirror glowing with forbidden truth, she finally understood whatever fate her ancestors sealed was coming for her next. The sound that followed the mirror's whisper was not human. It crawled through the Kirk estate like a creature too old to remember its own shape, sliding beneath doors, slithering across carpets, and curling around Erika's ankles like cold smoke. She stumbled back, her breath slicing through the quiet as the mirror's surface rippled once, twice before going still, returning to her true reflection as if nothing had happened. But something had happened. Something that reached across time and tore open a wound she never knew existed. Erika steadied herself on the dresser as she whispered the name she had not spoken in months, Nathaniel. The moment his name left her lips, the candles in the room sputtered back to life. Not warmly, violently. Sparks scattered across the rug like burning insects. The flame nearest the mirror stretched upward, bending unnaturally toward the glass as though trying to touch whatever still lingered inside. The mirror pulsed once. Then everything went black. Erika awoke on the floor, wrists trembling, breath short. The room had shifted. The mirror was still there, but its frame, once gold and immaculate, now looked aged, cracked, almost ancient. And on the floor beside her lay a single page torn from one of Helena's forbidden journals. She recognized her mother's handwriting instantly. The contract renews with blood. 4 words, each one colder than the last. Erika rose, clutching the page as footsteps echoed down the hallway. Soft at first, then quicker, sharper. Someone was running. She pressed herself against the wall, heart pounding. The footsteps stopped just outside her door. Erika? It was her cousin Aiden, loyal, stubborn, and the only person she ever trusted. Open the door. You need to see this. She pulled the door open an inch, eyes narrowing. What happened? Aiden didn't answer with words. He simply held up a scroll sealed with Marcus Kirk's personal crest. Red wax, symbol of power. Symbol of punishment. And lately, symbol of lies. Erika ripped the scroll from his hand, her heart hammering. She broke the seal and unrolled it. The message was short. Terrifyingly so. Nathaniel Kirk has returned. Prepare the house. Her breath left her in a single, raw gasp. Returned? Impossible. Nathaniel was gone, swallowed by whatever curse had taken him that night. Is this a joke? She whispered, voice splintered. Aiden shook his head. The guards saw him. He walked through the estate gates at dawn, pale, silent, wearing the same clothes he vanished in. Erika's blood froze. Where is he now? Aiden hesitated. The West Wing. Her body went cold. The West Wing, the forbidden wing. The wing Nathaniel always avoided, even when he lived here. The wing Marcus had ordered sealed the day after the wedding. The wing Helena always warned her to stay away from. I'm going there, Erika said, stepping into the hallway. No, Aiden hissed, grabbing her arm. Something's wrong. He looked different. Like he was here but not here. I need answers. Aiden exhaled shakily. Then I'm coming with you. The West Wing had not changed, though it felt entirely transformed. Heavy drapes hung like funeral veils. Dust coated every surface as if time had stopped centuries before they were born. The air tasted metallic, bitter, like old secrets bleeding through the walls. Halfway down the corridor they heard it, a heartbeat. Not theirs. Not human, loud, steady, echoing through the floorboards. Aiden stopped. Do you hear that? Before Erika could respond, a door creaked open at the far end of the hall, slowly, painfully, as if pushed by hands. Too weak to move anything else. And then he stepped out. Nathaniel. Except not Nathaniel. His skin was ghost white, veins darker than ink crawling up his neck. His eyes, once warm brown, glowed faintly with silver light. And on his wrist shimmered a mark Erika had never seen before, a thin ring of symbols carved into his flesh, pulsing with each heartbeat. Nathaniel? She whispered. Nathaniel? She whispered. He turned his head sharply. The movement was unnatural, broken, like a puppet pulled by strings, but when he saw her, something flickered in his expression. Pain, longing, desperation layered beneath whatever curse held him. Erika! His voice was raw, shredded. You weren't supposed to see me like this. She took a trembling step forward. What happened to you? He flinched as though her words were knives. The contract, he whispered. It never ended. What contract? Nathaniel looked up, silver eyes burning. The one your father signed the night we wed? Erika felt her heart drop. My father? Aiden stepped between them. Tell us what he did. Nathaniel laughed, a hollow, fractured sound. He bound my soul to the Kirk bloodline. To protect it. To strengthen it. To curse me into obedience. Erika's vision blurred. No, that can't be true. My father would never what? Nathaniel spat. Sacrifice someone for power? He's done it before. Ask anyone in the village. Ask your mother. Ask the mirror. Aiden sucked in a breath. What do you mean? Asked the mirror. Nathaniel's gaze sharpened. It showed you something tonight, didn't it? Erika's breath hitched. How do you know? Because, he whispered, I felt it. What are you talking about? Nathaniel raised his trembling hand, revealing the glowing mark on his wrist. This mark binds me to you. Every fear, every emotion, every secret you uncover, I feel it. And when the mirror spoke, I heard it. The truth is coming for you, Erika, all of it. The hallway seemed to tilt. Aiden moved closer to Nathaniel. Who cursed you, Marcus? Nathaniel's answer was quiet. No, Erika's pulse quickened. Then who? Nathaniel lifted his eyes, silver glowing brighter. Helena. Erika froze, her mother. Her quiet, haunted, journal-writing mother. No, Erika whispered. My mother loved me. Nathaniel shook his head sadly. She wasn't trying to punish you. She was trying to protect you. The mirror, the journals, the warnings, they weren't about the estate. They were about me. Explain, Aiden demanded. Nathaniel took a shuddering breath. Your mother knew I wasn't entirely human. Silence shattered through the hall. What? Erika whispered. I was raised as part of the Kirk bloodline, Nathaniel said softly. But my lineage is older, tainted, bound to an enchantment that awakens only through marriage. Your father wanted to harness that power. Your mother wanted to stop him. Erika stumbled back, clutching the wall. This is impossible. Nathaniel's voice broke. Your mother begged Marcus not to force the wedding. When he refused, she tried sealing my powers with a ritual. It failed. And the result was my disappearance. Erika's heart pounded in her ears. Nathaniel, are you saying, he nodded, that I married a cursed being who was never meant to exist in this world? Nathaniel's expression softened. You married someone who loved you, she froze. What? He stepped closer, trembling. I fought it. But I did love you, Erika. That's why the curse reacted. That's why I vanished. And that's why I came back. Aiden stared in shock. Then what happens next? Nathaniel's eyes turned cold, silver flaring like moonfire. Now, he whispered, the contract seeks renewal. Erika swallowed. What does that mean? Nathaniel's answer dropped like a stone into ice. It means one of us must die before dawn. And then, before anyone could move, the mirror in Erika's room shattered somewhere behind them. A scream filled the mansion, not human, not living, ancient dot, and it spoke only one name. Erika. The scream echoed through the walls like the house itself had become a living creature. Every candle in the corridor exploded, flaring into tall, violent flames before snuffing out in a wave of choking darkness. The air shifted, thickened, and the temperature dropped so sharply Erika felt her breath fog the space between them. Nathaniel stiffened. Aiden grabbed Erika's wrist. That wasn't the mirror, Nathaniel whispered. Something else has awakened. Before Erika could respond, a gust of wind slammed down the hallway, tearing open every sealed door in the west wing. Pages from Helena's journals flew everywhere like wounded birds, scattering across the floor before gathering unnaturally into a swirling vortex at the far end of the corridor. A voice, icy and broken, hissed from within the storm of paper. The contract demands balance. Erika's knees nearly buckled. Is that? Nathaniel shook his head. No, that isn't your mother. That's the contract itself. The words made Erika's skin crawl. The contract can speak? Aiden whispered, horrified. Not speak, Nathaniel corrected, eyes glowing again. It warns, and punishes, and claims whatever belongs to it. The corridor pulsed with a heartbeat not Nathaniel's this time, not hers. Something older. Something awake. Something furious. A page tore itself from the vortex and smacked against Erika's chest. She peeled it away with trembling fingers. It wasn't Helena's handwriting this time. It was ancient script. Sharp, geometric symbols that seemed to move when she looked directly at them. What does it say? Aiden whispered. Nathaniel swallowed hard. It's summoning you. Me? He nodded grimly. The contract was forged through your bloodline. It recognizes you as its next vessel. A cold shiver ran through her spine. Vessel for what? Nathaniel's answer was instant. To finish what your father began. The vortex of pages collapsed, scattering violently against the floorboards. At the same time, almost perfectly timed, the mansion doors slammed shut downstairs with a thunderous boom. Locks clicked one after another. They were trapped. Erika tried to steady her breath. We need answers. Real answers. Nathaniel nodded. Then we start where all Kirk betrayals start, the East Tower. Helena's tower. Aiden paled. You can't be serious. That place is cursed. That place, Nathaniel said, is where Helena tried to undo the contract. And where she left what she couldn't say aloud? Erika didn't want to go. Every childhood memory of that tower felt cold, heavy, and dangerous. But she had no choice now. The house was tightening around them, and the contract was hunting her with hunger. Let's go, she said. The East Tower had always felt wrong. The moment they stepped inside, the air grew heavier, like walking into a room where grief had lived for generations. Helena's scent lingered faintly, lavender, ink, and fear. Her journals were stacked everywhere. On tables, on windowsills, on the floor. Some were open to pages that looked half-written. Others seemed untouched for years. But one thing united them all. Every journal featured the same symbol. Helena had carved into the mirror frame the night before she died, a circle with two intersecting lines. The mark of the Kirk contract. Aiden pointed toward the far wall. What's that? A carving newer than the rest had? Appeared on the stone, fresh, wet, as if written seconds before they walked in. It read, "The first lie was the marriage." Erika touched the words, heart pounding. The first lie? Nathaniel nodded, meaning there were others. Before he could elaborate, the tower trembled. A diary flew off the shelf and landed open at Erika's feet. The handwriting was unmistakably Helena's, shaky, frantic. Written in moments of dread. Erika picked it up. The entry was dated 2 days before the wedding. Marcus believes the contract requires a union of bloodlines. He is wrong. It requires a sacrifice. Nathaniel is not the danger. He is the key. If Erika marries him, the enchantment will choose a soul to consume. Marcus thinks it will be him. He is wrong again. The contract always takes the purest heart. Erika froze. Me, she whispered. It was supposed to take me? Nathaniel stepped closer. Helena tried to protect you. She tried to redirect the curse. Aiden's eyes widened. She redirected it to Nathaniel. Nathaniel nodded. Her spell didn't cancel the curse, it bent it. The night I vanished, the contract chose me instead of Erika. Erika shook her head. You disappeared because of me? No, he said softly. I disappeared because of your father? Aiden frowned. Marcus? Nathaniel's jaw tightened. Helena redirected the curse, but Marcus discovered her ritual. Before it completed, he intervened. He forced the contract to bind itself to me completely. Erika's stomach twisted. Why would he do that? Nathaniel's eyes darkened. Because the contract needs a vessel with power. And Marcus believed I had more potential than you. So he sacrificed you. No, Nathaniel whispered. He enslaved me. The tower dimmed. Shadows stretched across the floor like hands reaching for her ankles. A second journal flew open behind them. This one contained a single line written in Helena's final days. If the contract breaks, the truth will rise. The floor trembled again, harder this time. A bookshelf slid sideways, revealing a hidden alcove. Inside sat a single object, a ring, dark silver, carved with symbols that matched the mark burned into Nathaniel's wrist. Erika reached for it. Aiden shouted. Erika, don't. Too late. The moment her fingers brushed the ring, a shockwave blasted through the tower. Windows shattered. Candles burned blue. The walls groaned as the enchantment awakened fully. Nathaniel fell to his knees, gripping his chest. The sigil on his wrist blazed with violent white fire. Erika, drop it, he gasped, but the ring wouldn't let go. It tightened around her fingers, melting into her skin like living metal. The tower shook. Voices screamed. The contract howled. Aiden grabbed Erika's arm. What is happening? Nathaniel forced himself upright, breathing ragged. The second twist, the one Helena didn't write down. Tell me, Erika cried. Nathaniel staggered toward her, silver eyes wide with terror. That ring doesn't bind you to me. Then what does it bind me to? Nathaniel's expression collapsed. It binds you to the contract itself. Erika's vision blurred. The tower roared. Self. Erika's vision blurred. The tower roared. And in the swirling chaos, a new voice whispered from the shadows, deeper, older, colder than any they'd heard before. Welcome, Erika Kirk. Your soul now belongs to me. The contract had chosen its new vessel. The storm that followed wasn't made of thunder or rain. It was made of revelations. The moment Erika stepped out of the East Tower, with the contract sigil still burning faintly across her palm, the entire mansion reacted like a kingdom thrown into civil war. Walls groaned. Doors slammed. Whispers raced through the corridors as if the house itself were spreading the news. Faster than any villager could, the contract had a new vessel. Erika Kirk. And just like that, the entire world around her shifted. By dawn, the village below the estate was already buzzing with rumors. Lanterns glowed in every window. Doors creaked open. The tavern, usually silent at morning, overflowed with bodies leaning close, whispering over mugs of stale ale. Did you hear? The Kirk girl has been chosen. A vessel, someone muttered. Just like her grandmother. No, another corrected. Worse, they say the mirror lit up again. That means the old magic is awake. And where is Nathaniel? Didn't he return from the dead? Or maybe he was never dead at all. Maybe the contract was eating him alive. The bartender shuddered and wiped the counter with trembling hands. If the Kirk magic is back, the whole valley is doomed. A shadowy figure in the corner lifted his drink. Doomed? He scoffed. No, we're just finally seeing the truth they've hidden for centuries. And though none dared say it aloud, every villager knew the same fear. If Erika had been chosen, Then someone else had to be sacrificed. Back inside the estate, the servants panicked. Not openly, they were too well trained for that, but their fear leaked through the cracks. Trays rattled in shaking hands. Footsteps echoed too fast. Conversations died the moment Erika walked by. They had seen the glowing sigil on her hand, and they understood what it meant. Master Marcus will return now, the head maid whispered to another. He always returns when the contract claims a vessel. Do you think he'll try to control her too? No, the maid said, eyes widening. He'll try to use her. Erika overheard every word and felt her stomach churn. The mansion wasn't just reacting. The people inside it were already choosing sides. By midday, the court learned the truth as well. Scrolls sent by unknown hands were delivered to council members, nobles, and distant relatives across the northern realm. Each scroll contained the same message written in red ink. The contract has a new host. Prepare for the reawakening. Rumors spread like wildfire. Some claimed Erika had willingly accepted the curse. Others whispered that she had seduced dark magic. And a small but vocal group insisted Nathaniel Kirk had tricked her into binding the contract to her soul. At the royal court's marble hall, a heated debate erupted. She must be summoned at once, the chancellor shouted. She must be protected, the high advisor argued. She must be controlled, the duchess muttered under her breath. No one could agree. Everyone was afraid, and none of them knew the truth, that Erika herself was barely holding on. Meanwhile, inside the mansion's study, Erika tried to steady her racing pulse as Aiden paced the room like a caged animal. This is spiraling out of control, he muttered. The entire village is panicking. The court is sending riders. Your father could show up any hour now. Let him, Erika said bitterly. If he started this, he can answer for it. Aiden stopped pacing and looked at her with worry etched across his face. You don't understand. Marcus doesn't come to repair things. He comes to claim them. Nathaniel, leaning against the wall with shadows circling beneath his eyes, spoke for the first time in minutes. He'll try to take Erika away from the estate. Aiden nodded. Because whoever controls the vessel controls the contract. Erika's blood ran cold. So I'm a weapon now? She whispered. Nathaniel's jaw tightened. You always were. You just never knew. Her stomach twisted with anger and fear. And you? What does the contract want from you now? Nathaniel hesitated. The silence said more than he wanted to. Aiden stepped between them. We don't have time for riddles. The fallout is already outside these walls. People are choosing sides. And if Marcus arrives, he won't arrive. Nathaniel cut in, voice low and certain. He's already here. The room froze. Aiden's breath caught. Erika's heart slammed against her ribs. Nathaniel pushed off the wall and moved to the window. Outside, a column of dark-cloaked riders marched up the estate path. In front of them, on a black horse and wearing the Kirk family crest, sat Marcus Kirk back from exile, eyes burning with triumph. He thinks he can take you. Nathaniel murmured. Erika swallowed hard. He won't. Nathaniel turned toward her. Then you need to prepare. Because whatever he taught you, politics, poise, power, none of it will protect you now. Aiden exhaled shakily. Erika, he'll use lies, charm, manipulation, whatever he must to control you. Nathaniel stepped closer, voice shaking with quiet rage. And the worse this video? He won't come to hurt you. Erika looked up at him. He'll come to claim you. The words settled like ash in the air. The world outside was spiraling into fear. The village, the court, the servants, the estate. Everyone reacting like the apocalypse had arrived, because to them it had. The contract had awakened. The vessel had been chosen. And the man who forged the original betrayal was returning home. The emotional fallout wasn't over. It was just beginning. The estate was silent now. But the kind of silence that pressed against your chest and made breathing feel like a betrayal. Erika Kirk stood in the grand hall, her hand still throbbing from the sigil burned into her palm by the contract. Candles flickered as though struggling against a sudden unseen wind. And somewhere in the shadows, Charlotte Kirk watched. He had appeared without warning, stepping from the darkened gallery like a phantom. his expression unreadable, but his eyes burned with a mix of triumph and dread. Erika stiffened. "Charlock," she whispered. How did you—" He raised a hand, cutting her off. "Don't act surprised. I've always known. Every move you made, every step you thought was yours alone. I've been watching." Erika's stomach twisted. "Watching? Why? I thought we were family. I trusted you." Charlock's lips curved in a chilling smile. "Family doesn't protect you from destiny, Erika. It puts you where you're meant to be. And right now, destiny wants you for something much bigger than you imagine." Before Erika could step back, a cold pulse ran through her hand. The sigil flared brighter than ever, and the floor beneath them vibrated as though the house itself were alive. She gasped and looked down. The mark had spread, weaving across her wrist, climbing her arm. Glowing white-hot, Charlock stepped closer, voice dropping to a whisper only she could hear. "Do you feel it? The contract isn't just a curse. It's a claim, and now it belongs to you." Erika's heart raced. "Belongs to me? I thought it was a weapon, something dangerous." Charlock shook his head slowly, almost regretfully. "It is, but it's also a key. And tonight, Erika, it chooses its master." Her mind reeled. Every warning Helena left behind, every secret Marcus buried, every fear that had haunted her since she first touched the mirror, they all converged into a single terrifying truth. The contract was alive, and she had no idea how to control it. Suddenly the room shifted. Shadows stretched from the corners like black fingers. Whispers rose from the walls, voices murmuring words Erika could almost but not quite understand. "Erika Kirk! Erika Kirk! Erika Kirk!" Charlock's smile faltered. He muttered under his breath. "It recognizes you. It chooses you." Erika's knees threatened to give out. "Chooses me for what?" Charlock stepped back, hands raised slightly as if preparing for what was coming. "For power. For control. For sacrifice. Whoever wields it gains everything. Whoever resists it pays the price." Erika's pulse thundered. She looked at him, voice breaking. "And you? Where do you fit in this? Are you helping me?" Charlock's eyes darkened. "I am this video of it. Always have been. The Kirk bloodline isn't just family, it's the conduit. Every generation, every choice, led to this moment. You were never free, Erika, and neither was I." The candles flickered violently, then one by one extinguished. Darkness swallowed the hall. Erika felt the sigil's heat flare against her skin, burning through her nerves, igniting something deep inside. Then suddenly, a deafening crack. A shadow shot across the floor like liquid black fire, and Erika stumbled back, hitting the wall. Charlock's voice cut through the darkness. "Look." Erika followed his gesture. At the far end of the hall, the grand mirror, the same mirror that had haunted her since childhood, shattered in a single violent burst. Glass exploded outward, reflecting not their faces, but visions, Erika's own death, the estate consumed by fire. Charlock standing triumphant with the sigil blazing across his arm. Erika's scream died in her throat. Charlock stepped closer, almost gentle, almost intimate. "The contract wants a choice, Erika, and it only gives one. Decide. Or it will decide for you." A cold wind swirled around her, carrying whispers that she felt in her bones. The sigil pulsed faster, brighter. Erika looked at her hand, then at Charlock, and realized the horrifying truth. The final twist hit her like ice. Charlock had never been her ally. He had orchestrated everything from the beginning, manipulating every step, every warning, every fear. To bring her to this moment, the contract wasn't just alive. It was sentient, and it had chosen her as its master. It was sentient, and it had chosen her as its master. But the last, cruelest detail clawed at her mind. The mirror's shards began levitating, forming a cage around Erika. She couldn't move, couldn't escape. And in the cold, whispering darkness, a voice echoed from every broken shard. "The first chapter ends tonight, Erika Kirk. But the story has only just begun." Her eyes met Charlock's one last time. His smile was impossibly calm, impossibly confident, and then he vanished. The hall was silent. The sigil on Erika's arm burned hotter than ever. The shards of the mirror hovered, circling her like predators. And in that moment, she knew the terrifying truth. She was completely, utterly alone. The contract had claimed her. And the world would never be the same. The night has fallen, and the Kirk estate lies in shadows deeper than ever before. Erika Kirk stands alone, the contract sigil burning into her flesh, the shards of the cursed mirror circling her like a cage. And Charlotte Kirk, her closest ally or her ultimate betrayer, vanished into the darkness. Every secret, every lie, every hidden truth of the Kirk bloodline has converged on this single, terrifying moment. And yet, the story is far from over. What would you do if your very soul became the prize in an ancient, living curse? Could you resist a power that whispers to you, that feeds on your fear, your heart, your choices? Erika Kirk's journey is only beginning, and every heartbeat now carries the weight of destiny, betrayal, and a choice that could destroy or define her. Comment below, would you step into the power the contract offers, knowing the cost? Or would you fight it, even if the fight could consume you completely? Every decision matters, and Erika's fate is now in your hands. As much as it is hers, subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next chapter will reveal whether Erika can outsmart centuries of manipulation, confront Charlotte Kirk, and survive the awakening of the Kirk bloodline curse, or if the contract will claim her entirely. And remember, the shadows are listening. The mirror is watching. The Kirk legacy is alive, and only those brave enough to follow every whisper, every secret, and every betrayal will survive to see the truth. Prepare yourself. The next this video comes soon, and Erika Kirk's choices will change everything. Will she be the master of the contract? Or its next victim? Comment, subscribe, and join the discussion. This is only the beginning.